Hey, live on Twitch. And so let me just check really quick and then I'm going to tell you what we are working on today. Okay, this looks good. Sorry about the setup really quick. And then YouTube, we're checking then. Nice. And then X as well. And then I'm going to keep X open, I think, just to make sure. Should ever the stream drop, then I will know. Okay, I got it over there. Let me put this one over here so I can see the chat. The chat. Hey. Stream chat. Oh, interesting. Close, open. I thought it was a yeah, there we go. Buggy, multi-chat. What's our goal? Okay, so I wanted to do something really quick right now. Oh yeah, signing a macOS app. How do you do that? I don't know, and I would like to find out so that I can sign readmarkdown.com. I can sign this app. It looks much better now compared to what this screenshot shows. Actually, it's just a little bit different. Let me see if I have it. Here is still the old version, but let me open Xcode. Oh, do we have a new Xcode installed? Ooh, what do we have? Because I updated my macOS built in 26.2. I think we don't have the AI stuff because I'm still sticking with Sequoia, and I'm gonna stick with Sequoia as long as I can. Here we go. Opening up Read Markdown. There we go. Now, let me run this really quick so you can see. So you can see the small changes I made. There's been some requests. Actually, I can update WishKid because you can see how many. Is this bug still there? I think this bug might be gone. Here, suggest features, right? Here, copy prompt, I fixed that. GitHub, oh, this one says all. I don't like this. I need to change that. So, yeah, see, I want to see like all that are not completed. There's one completed, drag and drop, okay. So, copy prompt means when you have a prompt here, that you can copy that one. That was not possible before. Just in case, I want to re-submit that prompt. Then command enter is not new line. It is hard to format exactly. So I addressed that too. Look at this. Hey, and you can just format and the send button is in here. I think that looks beautiful. It's still native, just overlaid, but compared to here, one line, it's so much better. So much better. I like that one. So we can move that one to done too. Auto dismiss on submit ticket. Remember my email for WishKid. Okay, that's actually a good idea for WishKid. Windows resize bug. I think I addressed that one. Zoom and increase font size. We didn't address that one. Support cloud. We didn't. Drag and drop. We did. So now this is the in-app feature request list, right? Everybody who has this app can just request features and also upvote. Say like, hey, I really want to see that feature, right? So everybody can just like comment on it and upvote it and such. Super original. Hi, how's it going? I was just explaining how WishKid works. And once you as a user do that, I as an admin of that project, here I have read markdown, right? I can go to my dashboard, read Markdown, I can select my project, and I can see the command plus enter is actually completed. I can move it over here. We also completed planned is zoom in. There was one more thing. Oh, window resize bug. Yeah, we did this one too. Okay, done. It's going good. What's going on here? We are working on here. I'll show you. I built an app that's called Read Markdown, this one, and essentially I have a website for that too. This is essentially a chat for you to chat with Codex on your machine, and let it, for example, let me go through workflow. So for example, I want to build an app. So I use this app to go into my floating face cam, select a read like a markdown file, and then I can say, hey, read the entire repository for context and create a game plan to introduce a new feature called let's do it together, like a badge name under my floating face cam. You see how my like this face cam here on Twitch or whatever X is like floating. I built an app so it can float on your desktop when you do a screen recording, and this app here will help you plan out a feature and have it plan out and read Markdown, and then also execute on it. It's not much different. I don't know if you have used AI before, but it's not much different from using Codex in Terminal. The only difference is Codex in Terminal, you can say, hey, plan this feature, create this Markdown file for me so I can read through it and analyze if what you plan to do sounds good, or if I want to make adjustments. And I don't want to read text in Terminal. I want to read it nicely formatted with code blocks and highlighting as a Markdown file. And Codex can do that. And I have this app that helps me read this properly. So I can just create a bunch of game plans in this in my project, and then I can just say, okay, Codex, execute this game plan. I have the settings game plan that it executed to introduce a settings view, so I can change the corner radius, floating face cam. This is the project. This one, for example. I'm running this, and then that's the app. This is the app. I can resize stuff and whatnot. You can see me. And now I can go to settings and say, I don't want rounded corners. That's what I've built with Codex, right? And I can go to read Markdown here, and I can say, help me create a batch game plan MD where you outline in great detail how to implement a small floating name badge under the face cam. It should be an option in settings to enable, disable, and settings should also have an input field for it. And then I can say, oh yeah, read the entire code base first for context. So I'm doing that, right? So Codex is now going and planning this feature for me. And you will see a game plan show up here in a moment. It's nothing but a file in your repository, project that just this app is picking up on because you are in this project. So let's see, I'll do this in two phases. First, I'll read the full repository for context. Found 26 tracked files and loaded both Swift skills. Great. Let me see, floating face cam. Git status. Do we have any changes we haven't committed? Git. Oh, whoops. Floating face cam, git status. No, not really. So let's see. The bulk dump truncated part of the output, so I'm not now reading each source doc file in smaller batches to ensure I have full context. Okay, finished reading. Bola wait solutions. Something to replace Xcode crashes. Something you mean like as a feature? What makes this different from the official Codex app though? Super original, good point. Actually, the Codex app is much richer in features, and the reason why this app exists is I built this app before Codex came out with their app. So just 2 weeks before they came out with their app, I had this app already built because I needed it. And now there's another difference, a small one. Their app is not native. I think their app is Electron or something. And it runs on macOS, obviously, but this app is native. It doesn't have as many features because you cannot just like say on top like, oh, run in Xcode or commit your changes yet. I want to build this out to be basically a competition to Codex if you want, but not like competition, just like my own app that does what Codex app does, but just native and more streamlined and not as busy and messy, and maybe my own idea of how the UX should actually feel and look like, right? And there's 2 more apps that are not official from Codex that existed before Codex app. One is Codex Monitor from Thomas, right? This one is built in Rust, also runs native on macOS, and he loves Glass UI, like the Glass UI. So this one is basically the same thing than the Codex app. And then there's also Commander AI app by Marcin. And this one is a native app. This one is basically what I'm trying to do. But now it's much richer than my app because he already has like 5,000 users or 6,000 users now. And they all started around, like I started maybe a week or 2 later after they started building this kind of app. So we all kind of started around the same time. There's a bunch of apps like this out there right now. You can see basically the same thing. You can open up projects, you can type to Codex, and you have your files here, and maybe you commit and git status stuff. I personally just have a different twist on the UI because this UI with the arrow up and whatnot, I like it to keep it a little bit more native, and but this one I'd like already for better UI wise compared to the Codex app. If you check out Codex, just Codex, I don't know if codex.com exists. It might be OpenAI/Codex. OpenAI/Codex, that one. Oh yeah, see, this one is exactly the same as Marcin's. It looks exactly the same. But yeah, Commander. Same interface. I feel like Marcin's app might be even a little bit more richer and native. But yeah, there's enough for everybody. There's enough market for everyone to just build their own idea of the same app. That's why we have 1,000 habit trackers. Let's check out what happened here. Batch game plan. Okay, I don't need this one running right now either. Floating face cam. By the way, floating face cam, I had the idea of read Markdown, and then I wanted to record and show people, and then I wanted to record my face, and I didn't have an app that could do that, and I built floating face cam really quick with Codex, and then I wanted to have subtitles, and then there was no free app to do that for like landscape videos, and then I built a subtitle generator for macOS native. And so after this website here, I already bought floatingfacecam.com. I'm gonna release this app here, and after that I'm gonna release wondercaptions.com, also already bought, for captions for macOS, like a macOS native app to just put your video in, it just generates the captions, burns it into the video, and you have it there. Just small things. That is basically every AI app interface though. Yeah, you're right, it is. Is lunch ready?
No.
Is that tea? Thank you. Did you put honey in
You didn't you?
there? Okay, thank you. Yes, you're right. It's basically every AI app. It's true. What can you say? and there's gonna be one more, and it's gonna call. Well, here's the thing, I call this readmarkdown.com because I want to read my markdown. I want to read it properly. That was the whole goal of it. And now I'm thinking, well, the domain is pretty fitting for a markdown app, right? And especially thinking about AI. AI runs on markdown. That's why there's a new website that just came out this week. It's just markdown.new. This one, Markdown for agents. The web was built for humans. AI agents need structured data. We convert any URL to clean markdown using Cloudflare's native text markdown content type. No parsing, no waste. Cloudflare just released their markdown conversion like 3 days ago. Look at this. 3 days ago or something, they just tweeted about it. So you can do stuff to convert it to markdown, a website to markdown, and then this website exists. So now I'm thinking back to my Read Markdown website. It's a pretty cool domain. I really like the domain name. I was surprised this was not taken. I got it for less than a coffee. To turn this app, just like take out AI, just have this be a simple markdown reader for everyone to use, right? And then, but take this app with the AI onto a different domain, like buy a different domain that speaks more about this being an AI companion, right, tool, and continue working on it there. But they have this one too, have just like a Read Markdown macOS native app for everyone to use, and maybe even expand the website to allow you to do what Markdown Live Preview does. Markdown Live Preview allows you to just write Markdown and see it right here on the right hand side. This is what I used before, where I asked Codex to make a game plan in Markdown, and then I want to read it properly, so I plug it into here. However, I believe, let me check that. Swift fart? No, Swift. Let's name. It doesn't have code highlighting, and so that would be the differentiator if I introduce something like this into this website. So yeah, there's some plans. Okay, I don't need this one. You have like a double face right now, double perspective. And so back to why I'm stuck with this right now is because right now when you download the app, you can use it, but it's a little bit, people are not used to downloading an app from the internet and have it say move to trash. You cannot install it without going, after you double click it, and it suggests move to trash or cancel. That's the only two options. You're like, wait, I want to run it, I want to open it, I want to install it. Why does it not work? And you have to know to go into your macOS settings, into privacy and security, to then scroll down to see that there is now, just temporarily and just for now, a little section that names this app to allow it anyway. And you allow it, you're allowed to open it anyway, and then you can double click again and you can open the app and work with it. That's not a smooth process. I have to sign the app. And allow people to just download and double click it and open it right away without this kind of I trust this app. It came from the internet, but I trust it still. So that's what I want to work on today. That's what I want to figure out today. So if I can figure that one out, then I can do it for this app, then I can do it for this app, and then I can do it for floating face cam, and then I have my system, right? I can just pump out apps. I can pump out this app, sign it, domain, you can download it, done. Next thing, floating face cam. Upload signed macOS apps, ready for download, onto the next thing. That happens for any app download. You're right, sorry. It shows, it shows open anyway because it was downloaded from the internet. Yes, that will show anyway for any app. But for apps that are not signed, like this one, in addition to that, before that, it will show only move to trash. Like Apple could not verify this app being not a virus, basically. You can only have the options move to trash or cancel. There's for you no option to open anyway, and at that stage you have to go through the hoops of settings, and then you will see the pop-up you were talking about and that I misspoke earlier, where it says open anyway. It's from the internet. Okay. So, Matteo messaged me. Matteo, let me see. His Medium article. Let's go. This one. How to integrate Sparkle framework into SwiftUI for macOS. Sparkle is for allowing you to update your apps. So anybody who downloaded Read Markdown doesn't have to re-download it to get the latest version. You can just like go to this through the settings and update it from there. Not gonna do that yet. But this article also goes through signing, signature. Now that we have the framework added, okay, we don't need that, to our project, it's time to create our pair of EDDSA keys. Okay, you know what? I'm thinking of getting this whole thing and plugging it into Markdown, Codex, and then have Codex tell me what to do. I think I added some of the stuff already. Let me check. This is floating facecam. Yeah, I know. I've downloaded unsigned apps. I have to do that all the time. It's so dumb and annoying. I know. I mean, it's keeping you safe, or it's keeping the average Joe safe, right? Because this app that I'm building and I'm just distributing through my website, dude, I can just put a keylogger in there. Nobody would know. And then if people are like, oh, there's a Markdown reader, I want that. Then they open the app and they're like, write their stuff. They're like, oh, I want to keep my credentials in Markdown formatted style. Cool. Put it in and I'll have a keylogger in there just syncing with my server and just like grabbing all the stuff. I don't know if you can still do it while signing your app, or how that works, how Apple's verifying it. Maybe it's still possible. I don't know. But I feel like there might be a process of you uploading the app to Apple, and they're like scanning it and whatnot, and maybe even noticing that there's something like that happening. Not too sure, to be honest, but let me check here. That's right. We don't need add some extra keys for your playlists. Okay, let me just copy and paste this whole thing. If I copy this, conclusion, copy, and then go here and say reanalyze the batch game plan for any first of all, to see if every and each section outlines the best approach with MVP in mind, and also look for potential gaps. Feel free to use code blocks to to showcase concrete implementations you plan on doing. Don't code just yet, just work on that document. So I'm doing that with this guy. I'm gonna do a new window. I'm gonna go, that's like floating face cam. We're not working on that one right now. We're working here. Okay, I want to sign my app and have no idea how to do it. Found this article that talks about updates, but also about signature. Create a macOS sign MD file outlining in great detail, step by step, like a tutorial, what is needed in order to sign your app so you can distribute it through our website, aka offer it for download outside macOS App Store. The article. Bam. And then, PS, if anything is missing, let me know. But also feel free to attempt to search the internet to fill gaps for the tutorial on signing macOS apps. Bam. Constantine, hey man, where are you currently working? Have you tried using Whisperflow? I have not. I've not tried using Whisperflow, but it's very tempting because writing is so slow and I would like to just talk for sure. I was thinking of adding something like that here too, where you can just like I don't know, press Control and it will start listening and you can just talk instead. Yeah, next I'm checking your existing docs and local tooling to ensure the new guide uses working commands. So do we have macOS Swift Learnings? No. Sign and notarize. What is this? Did we just create that? I wonder. CD read markdown. Get status. Doesn't macOS have dictation? Yeah. How do you even dictation? How do you even launch it, you know? Dictation. Where is it? Turn keyboard backlight off. No, this is keyboard. Oh yeah, there might be like dictation here. Use dictation wherever you can. Type text to start dictating. Use the shortcut or select start dictation from the edit menu. Do you want to enable dictation when you dictate text information like your voice input? Honestly, let's try that really quick. Not earbuds, let's do Elgato. Press, I don't want to press that one. Press Control key twice. Let's try it. That's actually a good hint, thank you, that's pretty cool. Let me try that really quick. Dictation is not that good. For example, Whisperflow understands how to write class and variable names. For example, special card view control, try saying that. Oh yeah, you might be right with that. And I have the Whisper framework integrated in my Wander Captions macOS subtitle generator app. So I feel like I can just do the same thing, integrate it into Read Markdown and just have it natively in here in an improved dictation software. But let me try this one. Thank you so much. How about Swift code, blocks, outlining, special card view controller. How can I escape? Escape. Hey, but the dictation is great. Is better than nothing for now. Special card view controller. Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, at least, where's the vehicle? It replaced vehicle. It picked it up somewhat, but sure, it doesn't have the variable name and camel casing. Let me see, created macOS sign. See, so macOS sign is different. Sign and notarize, prerequisites. I wonder if I did that before already. Let me see here, macOS sign. Sign and distribute a macOS app outside the Mac App Store. This is a practical end-to-end tutorial for shipping a macOS app from your own website. Goal, your app launches on the Macs without unidentified developer blocking. Gatekeeper sees it as signed, notarized. You can host it on your own website. The guide covers Apple code signing, notarization, building a downloadable DMG, that's fine, verification commands before publishing, optional Sparkle update signing. Notes, because Sparkle signatures are different from Apple signatures. Okay, here. Just for your information, I do not need any Sparkle related tutorials in my macOS sign markdown file. So much better already. On Slack, I have been using it a lot, and it's making me 10% more productive. I believe you. Wait, you are using Whisperflow there? By the way, what are we building here? I saw. We're building. I'm just building my own little side projects. It's Read Markdown. I showed it to Super Original before. If you go on readmarkdown.com, it will explain to you a little bit more what this is about. But essentially, it's just, it picks up Codex. Like this is chat view window. It picks up that you have Codex installed and will allow you to talk to Codex through a chat window instead of terminal. That's mainly it. Plus, this app has a Markdown reader where you can see Markdown in a nice layout instead of just in terminal if you plan features with Codex, right? There's plan mode for Claude and stuff like this, and I think Codex has something like that as well, but it's still text in terminal. It's all flat, all not formatted, and I don't like that. I like to see it formatted so I can read it better, I can review it better, I can improve it with Codex better, and I can do it all in one place with this app. And so that's what we're doing right now. I'm chatting with Codex and making him create that Markdown file, and I can review it. I can just look at it and I can understand it better. Especially for other apps where, here, look, I can see, okay, this is the new feature it wants to implement for my floating face cam app, and it will tell me what currently the state is, where, you know, the files are located in this kind of format, inline code lines, and then we have code blocks, and it tells me this is how I imagine the store to look like, or the store identifiers, and I can say, yeah, I'm fine with that, looks good. Okay, the API interface to storing and loading stuff, okay, looks good. How does this code looks like? Okay, exactly how I would like it formatted. The annotation on top with a new line in between if an annotation exists. We have the store and stuff. This is going to be the service. No, it's the view model. Great. And it tells me it wants to create a view model. It wants to create a view. And this is much easier to review here than in terminal. That's basically it.
Ready.
It's ready? Okay, guys, I'm going to grab lunch really quick. I'll be right back. I'll just be back in like 10 minutes. Let me see if I can put the co-working on. Co-working. Great. What if I say be right back? Where's the time? I got this 10-minute timer here. What if I put it here? Hey. Oh, co-working? All the chat is gone now. Oh, that kind of sucks because I'll be right back. Oh, because I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. Because I went to be right back, it doesn't have a chat, and the whole chat cleared. But I'll just do this, so it's not too boring. You can see something. Thank you. Wendy just cooked something for me. I'll be right back, and then we can continue on learning how to sign in a macOS app, and then get this one signed and uploaded. Let me also disable the microphone for now. Wait, this is the AirPods microphone, and oh, Constantine, by the way, I am planning on adding Claude support for this app, but not saying you need to use it. I know Claude doesn't have an app right now, but I heard that Claude is great for planning, but for execution, Codex takes the first place when it comes to Swift and iOS. Anyway, catch you in 10 minutes. I don't know if you are still around, Dragon Dust, but long time no see. Hi back. Hi back. Okay. Let's see here. We want to understand how to sign and distribute a macOS app outside the Mac App Store. I love how it starts at 0. Is that from the article? Did it start at 0 too? Like a true developer? No. No, it didn't. Okay. This one. Sign the app with developer ID application certificate. Notarize the distributable with Apple. Notary tool. How long have you been working on a project? Oh, I developed it like 3-4 weeks ago, but it was within 2 hours or so. The first version of it came to life in 2 hours, because really you just need this chat app, and then you have a markdown parser, which I use Splash from what's his name? John Sundell. John Sundell. He has a library, very old SDK, but highlighting markdown style. So, introducing these things into one project. And it's all done with Codex. I didn't write a single line of code of this app. It's all done with Codex. So then you need an Apple developer program. Got it. Xcode installed. Got it. A stable bundle identifier. For example, your company, your app. Got it. Developer ID application certificate in your keychain. I don't know if I have that. We can check that. Check availability, signing identities. Okay, cool. Let me try that down here, just in case that's something I should not reveal. Valid identities found 1. Awesome. You should see something like that. If you do not have it yet, request it in the Apple Developer Certificates portal. Install it into your keychain. So number 1 says I cannot mark multi-line. I don't like that. Wait a second. Number 1 says that if I do not have a Apple Developer Certificate, I should get it from the portal and install it into my keychain without telling me the link to the portal or how the installation looks like. Is it just a double click on the file? ? Done. I love this. Dictation. Awesome. So much better. Damn. Yes, for the downloaded Apple certificate, installation is usually just a double click. Use this exact portal flow. I would love for you to update the markdown file accordingly to introduce the steps needed to get the certificate in case one doesn't have it. Update. Okay, let's see. This should have like new steps down here. There we go. Okay, 1.1. I think the steps should be ordered in 1, assuming the Apple Developer Certificate is present, and you can check with the bash code to verify you have it. Otherwise, 2, if you don't have it, how to get it. PS, I meant 1.1 and 1.2. Damn, so much faster. Whoops. Not like that. Oh, but dictation means it doesn't replace the placeholder there. If you already have a certificate, verify first. Nice. You should see something like that. If you see this identity, continue to section 2. Perfect. That's exactly what I mean. If you do not have the certificate yet, create and install. All right. Perfect. Thank you. Now, configure Xcode project correctly if your app target or in your app target. Let's do it. Let's do that together. So, read markdown, target, left. We don't need this one to be this big. I wish I could actually close that, toggle it. Maybe I should be able to do it. I like this idea, just seeing this in action. Yeah, I am. You mean like you like the idea of planning the markdown file with Codex and then, you know, either implementing it with Codex or doing it yourself? Is that what you mean? That's my workflow, by the way. This is how I work. By the way, for some reason, the YouTube delay is like 15 to 20 seconds. Damn, that's crazy. Where are you watching it? Oh, you are watching it on YouTube. Is it 15 to 20 seconds? Let me check. Maybe you need to... okay, let me check first. Yeah. Okay, it's 2:46 right now. Let me see. It's... Oh, let's see here. Let me say now. Wow, 10 seconds. I still don't hear that. 15 seconds. It's 20 seconds on the dot. You're right. It's 20 seconds delayed. Crazy. I don't know why. I don't think I have it in the settings, but I can check before I stream next time. Dragon Dust. What are you building? I am building this application right now. You can go on readmarkdown.com to find out more what this is. This is the website that I built and bought to distribute it for free right now. Essentially, it's an assistant for you, a tool that helps you use Codex in a certain way. If you have Codex installed through terminal, then this chat window is picking it up, and you can chat with Codex through this window instead of terminal. So that's already nicer to me. On top of it, Codex responses are markdown parsed, right? You see the listing and stuff like that. So if Codex responds to you and you see here like inline code, in terminal you won't get all of that, I don't believe. On top of it, you can ask Codex to, because you're in a project, whenever you open this app, you can select the project you want to be in, and you can select the markdown file that's in that project, and you can ask Codex to create markdown files for you, markdown files that outline feature work, for example. And then you can review it with code highlighting, you can review it in a nice structure, and then you can use Codex to update and improve this feature game plan before you ask Codex to implement it. You don't want to just say, Codex, please implement this feature, and then it just goes and does, and maybe you don't like how it approaches things, or you see already, you would have caught some errors. And so I always create a game plan first, outlining what Codex plans to do, and then I advise Codex, oh, can you change that? I actually like this approach better. Don't like this formatting. I like this naming better. Why don't we, I don't know, separate these two things into different, what do you think about separating concerns here and stuff like that? And once everything is planned out, I just say, do it. And then it just one-shots it, and I know it's the way I want it. You know, it will say like what files it's going to do, what files it's going to create. And I'm like, hey, I think this should be in a view model, or hey, I think we should introduce a service to handle logic, stuff like that. Okay, anyway. So yeah, that's long story short what we're doing. Let me check, let me go back here. Now we want to sign this macOS app. Configure Xcode project correctly. In your app target signing and capabilities. Enable automatically managed signing, recommended for beginners. Xcode will create and update profiles, app IDs, and certificates. Sure. Select your team. That's me. Ensure release builds are use developer ID application. What do you mean by that? Ensure release builds use developer ID application. In number 2, you say, quote, ensure release builds use developer ID application, quote, and. What do you mean by that? Answer in chat. Let me see here. There's the quote and. It means when you build for distribution, release, configuration, Xcode must sign your app with your not a development certificate or ad hoc signing. In Xcode, select your app target, choose your team, set signing certificate for release. Signing certificate, I don't even see it. Oh, wait a second, here. Is that one? I see, that's what it probably means. Check after build. You mean when I select the target, then the, wait a sec, I can just do this. You mean when I select the target and then signing and capabilities, then I should make sure that on the release tab, the signing is checked for automatically managed signing and the team is my team, question mark? Actually, I just found it. This one says development. I think that's what it means. Signing certificate. So what's the step here? Ensure the release builds use development. Signing certificate. Set signing certificate for the release to developer ID for release to developer, or keep automatic signing and confirm that's what it picks. How am I supposed to confirm that's what it picks? Sign to run locally. Okay. Can you add this check into the tutorial so that after we are signing we can confirm we configured Xcode properly? Question mark. Alright, I'm just assuming everything is right because I don't know what it means. Automatically signing, great. And this is development. Sign to run locally. Sign to run locally? Confirm export signing configuration is correct. After assigning signing settings, do a quick release, archive, export, and verify the exported app. Okay, let's do that. Let's do a product archive. Get started later. I want to set up Xcode at some point. I want to automate as much as I can so I can just pump out apps. Oh, Konstantin, you probably noticed that your comment shows up like 15-20 seconds later, right? That's how you were able to say it's so delayed. Let's see, show in Finder, show package contents, products, application, read markdown onto the desktop. Weird, my messages don't come through. You probably have to log in on App Store and get the certificate you want. How do you know this is not the right certificate? I'm curious. I would like to learn. When you say I need to log in, it sounds to me like you know I'm using the wrong one. Is that true? Is that not the right one? Because it says development. Should it say like production? The sun is blending. All right, let's do this. Hey. Okay, that's better. Ah, still some sun. Okay, much better. You say your messages don't come through. Oh. God damn it, I feel like every time. Come on. Now, impossible. Impossible for the sound to come through. Yes, on iOS app, I usually have one for development and one for ad hoc distribution App Store. Okay, but I do not want App Store, right? I do not want to distribute it in the App Store. And this one I don't want to because it has, I'm outside, I'm like disabling the sandbox. So are you still saying it should be a different one? This one says, what does it say? Configure Xcode important hardened runtime must be enabled for notarization workflows. Runtime, hardened runtime. Okay, how do you enable it? Hardened runtime defends your application by preventing modifications to its code and provides fine-grained control over what can run in your process. Hardening the runtime also prevents access to sensitive resources unless your application pre-declares its intent to use them, which reduces the attack surface. Seems like it's part of it already by default. Keep your release bundle ID and versioning consistent. Sure. CF bundle version should be incremented. Yeah, we know all that stuff already. Do you have Twitch, by the way? I do. You can go over to Twitch. You can also check, you can use Twitch, YouTube, and X. I'm streaming on all three. Let me see how fast X is. X is faster for sure than YouTube. So we say like now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 seconds. Not too much faster. 17 seconds. What about Twitch? Did I set the delay maybe in settings? Honestly, it might just be me. Skill issues. 1 sec. Let me see. Stream. No. A video. Advanced. Retro delay rest. No. I don't know if there is output delay set up. Hotkeys, of course not that. Oh, stream delay, duration 20 seconds, but it's not enabled. Maybe I should enable it and do just 5 seconds. Just see what it does. Maybe it just adds on the 20 seconds that we have by default. Oh no. Yeah, it's not enabled. It's disabled. Here, look. It has stream delay, 20 seconds. Coincidentally, the exact amount that we are delaying right now, but it's not enabled. I don't dare to enable it right now to mess with the stream in case I'm worsening things. But let me check how Twitch is doing. So, where do I have it here? I'm gonna try one more time. I can say now. Oh yeah, 6 seconds only. Constantine, thank you for this, for the follow. Yeah, only 6 seconds on Twitch, so that's the fastest. I see your test at 2:58. Right there. Okay. And I see it on multi-stream too. All right, that's awesome. I see YouTube comments and Twitch comments. All right. So back to, we can maybe Now try to confirm it. Path to export it would be desktop. Let's do desktop and then read markdown app. So this is what we got. I did the code sign df command from 2.1 and got this. Explaining code signing distinction. This output shows the problem clearly. You sign with authority Apple development. For the website distribution, you need authority developer application. Okay, so let me just take a screenshot of this one because I think I can just say that this one is wrong for me for the future, for future reference. So I assume that's the thing that I need to change. Boop. That's gonna be a no-no. Wrong certificate. I do wonder if this article has some screenshots where it shows the right one, how it properly should look like. New project. Sure. See, team certificate. Oh, he has development. He got development there. Interesting. And then he's just releasing it through the release, the markdown. GitHub release pages or release, what do you call it? Through GitHub releases. We can close that. We don't need any of this. Batch game plan is for something else. Constantine, I hope you're still around. I hope it's still working because after your test, nothing else came through just yet. But I assume the test was sufficient. Interesting. Maybe what I'm saying is for the App Store. I think so because you said in quote unquote, no, in parentheses, you got for ad hoc distribution App Store, which would be relevant if I wanted to have my other apps through the App Store distributed, which don't require me to remove the sandbox. The only reason why this app is not going to be on the App Store is because I have a terminal built in, and that was only possible by disabling sandbox. Once you disable sandbox or remove sandbox, you can't distribute it into through the App Store. Fine by me. If you do not see the authority, recheck. Any target? Okay. Let's see. So the current export app is a development sign build, not a distribution sign build. Fix it like this. An Xcode target signing capabilities. Keep your team selected. Archive from product, not just run build. In organizer, distribute app developer, upload or export with developer ID. Rerun. Oh, I see. Interesting. So if I do this, archive from, keep my team selected, archive from product archive. Yeah, I know that. An organizer, distribute app. Yeah, we do have it here. So distribute app, and then developer ID upload. This direct distribution, yes. The archive contains nothing that we can be. Oops, whoops, yes. Oopsie, I took it out of there, I think. Product applications, yeah. Let's move it back in here. Distribute. There we go. So what we have now, are we stuck? We will figure it out. Yeah, we are kind of a little bit stuck on that process, but we will figure it out. Can you optimize the tutorial document? Oi oi. Can you update the macOS sign markdown file accordingly for the case that someone has signed their app wrongly? Question mark. Since you are giving me the steps in the chat. Let's see. Couldn't communicate with a helper application. Try your operation again. If it fails, quit and relaunch the application and try again. Goddamn, what happened? You know, I was able to do it here. That was on January 30th. And then now, a month later almost, it doesn't work anymore. Even 7 days later, it failed. Well, validation failed. The next code, have you logged in with an Apple account, by the way? Let me check. Where would I see? Yeah, I do. I do have mine. Let me just check in case. Certificate identifiers and profiles, role admin, on-device testing, 6 provisioned devices, managed certificates, sign-in certificates for Martin. I have this one, date created, then Apple development, Apple distribution. Oh look, we got some certificates there. Which one is that one? Mac installer distribution. Interesting. There's so many. How am I supposed to? What if I need some of those? You know, I got here mine, Apple development certificate, but I can have like Mac install distribution, stuff like that. Let's see here. Sign wrongly instead of developer. Then the app is development signed and is not correct for the website. Okay. Just so you know, if I go to Xcode settings and then to Apple accounts and then click on manage certificates, I see my signing certificates for Martin Lazek, which there is only one currently called Apple Development Certificates. However, when I click on manage certificates, and when I then click on the plus icon, I see 5 options. The first, Apple development, the second, Apple distribution, the third, Mac installer distribution, the fourth, developer ID application, and the fifth, developer ID installer. M dash. Do you think I should be doing anything here? PS, trying to distribute the app through organizer returned an error and suggested to restart the organizer. Not sure if the error is maybe related to what I just mentioned regarding the certificates. Let me know what you think, answer in chat. Bam. That would have been tedious to write. So we can try to quit and restart. Hey, it doesn't want to. Quit. Yeah, you can stop that. That's fine. Oh no! Oh no, I killed my read markdown. No, I killed the new one. Ah, god damn it. I didn't even notice what it said. What did it say? Let me get the screen capture really quick here. Wait. Because I have it on a stream, right? Hey. So what does it say? Does it even answer in time? Okay. I have a screen recording right now on my other monitor where I'm still writing my prompt. And maybe Xcode, Codex is answering me for a fraction of a second that I can capture on the recording before I quit it. Constantine, you say Mexico? Oh, is someone... Am I not getting the Twitch messages? I wonder. Let's see here. I'm still prompting to Codex. And then we can review the recording together. Am I recording? I don't see it. Oh, yes, I am. Okay, great. Fourth one is that. Okay. And almost done. What do you think? Trying to distribute through the app. Returned an error. Yeah. Okay, 1 second. We're almost there. We're almost there. That was my mistake. I shouldn't have run a read markdown through Xcode. I send it. I don't see a response. Oh, he's just thinking right now. Oh, he responded, but it's behind the window. No. No. I don't see the full response. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm killing it without seeing it. God damn it. Okay. Okay. It is what it is. Here, this is what I did. I was recording this part. And after I was done prompting, Xcode is read markdown is thinking, and I have the organizer in front, and Codex responded. Actually, no, wait a second. We can resume. We should be able to resume the... Here, let me see. Codex latest. Last. Codex resume. Last. Come on. What changed? Let's see. Let's make it phase 1. I'll update both docs. That's not what it... That's not it. God damn. Oh yeah, wait a second. We have the session here. There's the session. Let me copy that and say Codex resume that session. Yeah. Yeah, we were able just run kill all Xcode in that terminal. It's faster. To kill it. Yeah, maybe it would have been faster. Okay. This is likely related. For your distribution goal, download from website outside App Store. You should have developer ID application certificate required. Developer ID installer only if you distribute a package installer. What you have now, Apple development, is not enough for that flow. What to do now? In Apple developer certificates, create a developer ID application. Is that what you want? Is that what you want me to do? Let me see here. And let me just quit that. We can open Xcode. I feel like I should have a in read markdown. Let me just open it for my Mac. Applications. I should have, where is it? I should have not only new chat but also resume and then allow to put in a ID. I think that would be pretty useful. I don't know if people are using it for it to be prominent here, but I would like to have a resume feature. Okay. What is that gist, Konstantin? Let me check it out. Hurdles of macOS distribution. Oh, code signing, notarization, quarantine, distribution vehicles. Oh, you found something. Probably only relevant for dev apps. Unless I'm missing something, I was able to get super simple macOS apps running without any kind of code signing by simply removing the quarantine X attribute. For the script I'm testing. But maybe I'm missing something, Michael, whatever. Okay, nobody is answering his thing. Mac apps are usually distributed in one of the following vehicles. Package, yeah, I like disk image. To be honest, I didn't know DMG stands for disk image. I learned something today. This is tweet worthy. Today I learned .dmg extension stands for disk image. On macOS, or on macOS, let's do this. Boop. Wait. Paste. Let's do that. Boop. Nice. Hey, thanks Konstantin for sharing that. I will take a look at that. Maybe it will help us. I mean, executable code must be cryptographically signed. Yes, ad hoc code signature only works without user intervention on the local machine that built it. If you copy an ad hoc signed executable to another computer, macOS will kill it before it even launches when run in terminal. Okay. Signed executable needs to be interactively opened via Finder once. If the user just tries to launch an ad hoc signed app, an error dialog is displayed. Okay. However, if the user right clicks, shown, but this time it includes the open option. Okay. Cannot be opened because developer cannot be verified. macOS can only verify. Okay. Developer ID application code signing. Okay, we got that, but here is an example shell session showing ad hoc signature and developer ID application signature. The sun finds its way. I'm just going to copy the whole thing for Codex to do. We can also verify the signature by this. Signing app bundle. Signing a bundle is a little bit more complicated, and it's easy to make a mistake. Hard to debug. A few caveats. I don't know if I need the app bundle stuff. Even developer ID application signed programs will not just work when distributed to other people's macOS. You also need to notarize a program, which essentially means that you send a copy of a signed program to Apple, their servers, then analyze your program, verify its signature that your developer account is valid, and that a number of the other conditions are met. See, that's what I said in the beginning, that I thought that you'll send your application to Apple for them to scan it for malware so that later on you can just open it. At this point, you can send a copy of the program to another macOS computer and the user will be able to run your program, assuming they have the settings allow apps downloaded from set to the option App Store and identify developers, the default for regular macOS installations. However, depending on how you distribute your program, it may be subject to quarantine. Files downloaded from the scary internet are assigned an X attribute. When a quarantine zip archive is unarchived, all files inside it are assigned the X attribute as well. Causes macOS to show an interstitial dialog saying, yeah, that one, I don't want that. There's no way to avoid this with a zip file. Okay, note that even though code sign whatever seems to be working, it does not. Okay, yeah. Maybe package is the best way. Installer as a distribution vehicle. Installer are the scariest to users, so this is the least popular vehicle, as it's least likely that a user will follow through with the installation. Seems to be about as popular as vehicle as DMGs these days. Zip archives used to be more popular, but okay. Sent you a LinkedIn invitation. I just found your live stream. It looked cool. Thanks, Konstantin. I appreciate it. I'm building a macOS app as well for tracking KPIs. KPIs? Do you mind to tell me what the abbreviation stands for? I'll check out your invite on LinkedIn. I'm curious about what you're building, what the macOS app is about. Are you on X as well? Let's see. This is a bunch of stuff I would have dealt with in the past and spent like hours reading and doing it manually. But today, I'm just gonna feed this into Codex. But for now, I want to double check if we can do something that it will recommend right now. So I think we should go through Xcode settings really quick once again. Not add Apple. Go to here, go to manage certificates. Let's see. Download from website and outside app. So you should have developer ID application. See, okay, it says we need that. Okay. And developer ID installer only if you distribute a package installer. You know, I mean, why not? I don't know. I feel like the package installer is like, isn't the package installer the one where you can have the little cool window where you drag it from one place to another? Let me check how Martin is doing it. Commander AI app. Download free beta for Mac. Yes, I believe. Oh, it's just DMG. Okay, I believe if you do the DMG, he still has it like that. Okay, fancy. So it means it doesn't have to be packaged. That's what it means. All right, where are we at? KPIs, metrics, for example, seeing a graph on how build time is getting better or worse. I'm calling the app I'm metrikimo from Greek word measurable. I am Greek. Oh, that's cool. Or metrissimo. I don't know how you would pronounce it properly. Metrikimo or metrissimo. But that sounds fun. And when you said you're Greek, I have a Greek colleague. I mean, she's here in the States, but she's also from Greek. It's funny because almost in any company I worked for, I had one Greek colleague. Let's see, is there a website for it already? Metrissimo. If I go to GoDaddy, Metrikimo. Ooh, I would buy this really quick if I was you. If that's your name, Metrikimo, you can get that .com. Then if you want to stick with that name, buy this right now so nobody is snatching it from you. Even if you are trying to distribute it through the App Store, I would still buy this and have a single page application. No, yeah, I'm buying it and selling it to you for $10. I would definitely recommend doing like a one, and then the download from macOS could link into the App Store if you want to distribute it through the App Store instead. but you still should have the website. I would buy it immediately. This is what, whenever I start a new project, I do spend my 5 to 10 minutes on coming up with a name. And in the process of coming up with it, because I don't want to hassle with, I have the project and I work on it and I build the app and then renaming it later on. That's why I like to spend my 10-15 minutes coming up with a name. And as I do so, I always check the .com domain. If I settle for a name I like, readmarkdown.com. Available? All right, done. Bought? I bought it, then I create the Xcode project. And then, floatingfacecam.com. Available. Bought it, created the Xcode project. Wonder captions. All right, bought it, created the Xcode project. Always this way around. So I never end up with, oh, I love this name, I got used to it, I have it everywhere, but it's taken, the .com, and then I have to settle for like an IO or whatever domain. I'm not going to do that anymore. .com or nothing. Constantine, I can only say you're not the only one. I was there too with thinking other products exist, but there's two things. First of all, that's a good thing. You do want to only develop apps that already exist. You do not want to have an app that is unique and didn't exist before. The reason why is because you have no idea if people are even wanting that. You have no confirmation. If other apps exist already, that's great, because do you know how many WishKit apps there is? This WishKit SDK that I've built that allows you to have feedback in your own app, there's hundreds. And that's good, because I know, for example, Canny.io, they make 1 million a year. For sure I can have a piece of that pie. Feature-based app, I think they make, last time I knew, they make like 12,000 a month, maybe above 100,000 a year. Maybe by now even more, maybe 200,000 a year, who knows? And for sure I can have a piece of that cake, where people are just Googling feedback tool and they're gonna find coincidentally mine first, and they don't have a preference, they're just gonna pay for that. They didn't know about feature-based or Canny. Next time they're gonna find Canny and it's gonna buy that first and don't know about your app. And that's fine. But at least you have validation that people are paying for the idea you want to implement. And you're always gonna do your own twist to it. So I would just execute. Like the floating face cam. Floating face cam, I just didn't want to pay for an app, so I built it myself. Do you know that this exists already? I even have a competitor here listed. Face screen app. This guy. Make your screen more engaging. Start face screen app. Look at this. He built a floating face cam. And he has this badge that I'm going to implement right now too. I'm just going to implement it as well. It's great. I want to have it for free. I build it and then I'm going to distribute it. It exists already. So it's a good thing. I don't want to build an app that doesn't exist. I don't want to waste my time on something that I don't know people are willing to pay for. That's my advice. Seeing you build something made me passionate again. I'm glad to hear that. That's what I love about streaming. You can just sit, have the stream open on one end, and we can just code together. It's kind of like co-working. I code on my stuff, you code on your stuff. And we can talk about code as we code. Doesn't get better than that. So this one, right, now we should have Apple ID application, and then let's just get the packager, I suppose, as well. Why not? Cool. In Apple Developer Certificates, create Developer ID application, install it in Keychain, double click third. Okay, let me do that off screen just in case. I don't know if it's gonna do something. Should I download it? Install it? Yeah. How do I find it? Export certificate. Let's do that. Desktop. This would be, what's the first one? The first one is developer ID application. Exporting developer profile requires a password to secure the exported file. Please supply a password. Sure. Double click. Do you want to add the certificate from the developer ID application to a keychain? Keychain login iCloud system. Yeah. But when I added, quick question. When I add it to keychain, I have the option to choose between login, iCloud, and system. Which one do I choose? Answer in chat. There we go. I have my headphones in because I want to listen to music, and I have not been listening to anything. And I'm not using this mic. I'm using this microphone right here. Choose login. For your case, Xcode signing on your user account. Import the certificate private key into the login keychain so Xcode code sign can access it. Use system only for special machine-wide setups. All right, will do. Please update the markdown file accordingly with these steps. Or accordingly, format it nicely, please. Okay, we're going to do login. We did that, and now let's do the other one as well. Where is it? Oh, here. Developer installer certificate. Developer ID. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I guess why not? Developer. Wait, what was it? Developer ID installer. Developer ID installer. Cool. Save. Double click. Add to the login. Supply some passwords. Login. And then we should be able to update it. Okay, cool. Did you also include how to add this or create the certificates like I did via Xcode settings? Xcode settings, Apple accounts, Martin Lazek, and then manage certificates. Do that too. Don't miss it out. Don't miss out that step. Now, can we have more? No, let me restart that. Let me restart Xcode. Maybe you should pick it up on load. Can I have... No, it still says development. I don't know. Team, add account, no. Oh, can I say provisional import download team? Ah, see, there we go. And then provision info. Yeah. What if we should do it ourselves? Let's see. So much stuff going on. Select key. I did that. Download the generated certificate. Install by double clicking. Okay. After installation, verifying keychain access. Select keychain login. Open category by certificates. I did have it somewhere. I think it's closed now. Oh no, it's here. My certificates. Okay, yeah, I have them. developer ID application, developer ID installer, and Apple development. Confirm you see developer ID application, your name. Yes. Developer ID application, my name. I don't know about the team. Oh, the team ID. Yeah. For your information, there are automation tools that do this for you for your future releases. It is called Fastlane, and the command is called match. Thank you. Yeah, I've heard about Fastlane, and people are actually doing. They don't use Fastlane anymore. They just use a script created by Codex. So I feel like I once tried to like set up Fastlane, and it was just yet another tool to set up. I would love for it to be like simpler, more straightforward, something that I understand. Maybe I'm too micromanaging there. I should let go a little bit more, I think. But yeah, thanks for sharing Fastlane. I saw someone on Twitter just one shot a script that replaces Fastlane basically. Let's see here. If you only see the certificate, I do see that in your app target signing, enable automatically manage signing. Okay, select. Well, that's the step from before, right? Okay. Should we still do automatical signing from step 2? Or do manual signing and select our certificate that we exported, comma, answer in chat. How am I archiving and distributing with developer ID and organizer? Use manual signing only if you have specific reasons. Multiple teams, certs, custom, or Xcode keeps picking wrong identities. So default recommendation is stay automatic. Then verify with code sign verbose that the authority is developer ID application. Let's check. Let's see. I don't know if Xcode is gonna be doing that. Enable automatic. Yeah. Do that. Cool. Okay, let's see if it's going to do that now properly. Let's archive. Hey, too much sunshine. Too much sunshine. Okay, and then do we select anything here to make it? What about validate app? Can I just description? That's probably just for me. Let's do distribute. Debugging custom. Use recommended settings to notarize a developer ID app for direct distribution. Yes. Let's prepare that. CodeSign wants to access key Mac developer ID application. Mac developer ID application in your keychain. I think that's good, because that was not there before. Digimon CodeSign wants to access Mac developer ID application. Always allow. Just do it. Just do it, boo boo. Okay, cool. This worked now. Remember earlier how it failed? Uploaded read markdown to Apple Notary Service. You will receive a notification when your app is ready for distribution. The upload failed earlier for some mysterious reasons. So after we do that, what do we do next? Actually, what we could do is we can go to Finder. We can do show package content, products, application, and that. And then new quick actions. I would like to open this in terminal. We can do new tab, window. Let's do window. So let's see here. That's that. Verbose, and then what was the step again? Here. The app. Hey, my terminal. Here, the read markdown app. Let's see here. I archived it and uploaded it to the App Store for notarization. When executing that command you mentioned, I am seeing this. Apple development. See? That output is still Apple development, but you check the app inside the Xcode archive path. Important, with organizer flows, the archive can be development signed and Xcode resigns during distribution export. So check the export distributable app or DMG, not the archive product. Oh, an organizer after notarization, distribute app developer ID export, run on the export app. Oh, I see now. I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. Can we add this noteworthy tip to the tutorial? By the way, for backend, are you using Supabase? I'm glad you're asking. For backend, since 2016, I have been using Swift. Vapor. I'm using Vapor for backend. I'm building everything. I mean, it's just fun. It's simple too. You know, I just create a Vapor app, deploy it to Heroku, done. I just did the hackathon where I did the same thing for Van Life Compass. This whole website is also basically copy paste of this website, but adjusted. And then the backend is also for the app itself. The app is not released yet. It was a hackathon, and we kind of like missed the deadline. And some parts are working, and API endpoints and databases all on Heroku servers. And the application is written in Swift using the Vapor framework. So I do that for this. I think my own website is also Vapor, and Read Markdown is Vapor, WishKit backend is Vapor, everything is in Swift. Yeah. Vapor codes, just in case. Vapor codes is Swift, but on a server. This is basically all you need to have your first Hello World website. Let's see. How does this one show log? Processing. Failed to load content of notarization log. The file audit log could not be opened. Ready to distribute because there's no such file. Okay, it says ready to distribute. Now I should do export and desktop, and then I do export like this. Is that it? Okay. Organizer now, wait. Okay, cool, thank you. M dash. By the way, organizer now shows ready to distribute for the app that I just uploaded, and I exported it onto my desktop. Comma, what do I do next? Question mark. We can, in the meantime, check here. Oh yeah, we wanted to do this command, right? On this command on the final app. What does it say now? Developer ID application. Yeah, I think that's the right one now. All right, what does it say? Perfect. Next steps are verify the export app signature. You want developer ID application. Verify the notarization status. That you want source notarized. Okay, let's do that as well. Bada bim. but a bush. Accepted. You want notarized developer ID. Create DMG for website download. Make the, and then copy that. Interesting. Sign the DMG code sign. Oh, interesting. Can you create a script that would do these steps, like check the whatever, check the signature, check the notarization, and if everything, dude, I don't want to write. Is fine, it will sign the DMG. Period. Assume the .app file is in the same folder as the script. Period. It will sign the DMG, but also notarize and staple the DMG. Then notarize and staple the DMG, period. If you want, paste the output of the steps. No, just I want that. I'm thinking in my head already this should be a macOS application. Just like drag and drop the app file and it just does these. You know? I wonder if there's ways to do everything like that. Like the whole thing doesn't have to go through Xcode. I want a script. Exactly. SH. It's not Swift code. I mean, you could, but I'm not sure you're gonna use Swift code. What it does, finds exactly one app in the same folder as the script, verifies app signing authority, verifies app is notarized, creates a DMG, signs the DMG, notarizes the DMG with notary tool, staples and validates the ticket. How to run. Optional environment vars. Notary profile, default is notary profile. Signing identity, if you want to force a specific cert. Example. Okay. All right, where is it? Wait, isn't it like this? Exactly, I ran it. Where am I? In read markdown. Okay, that's where the script lives right now. Who would trust an app to know about the certificate? I guess nobody would trust it, by the way. Who would trust an app to know about the certificate? What do you mean by that? No, what do you mean to know about the certificate? So that this script, I think, is let's see here. Because you said that you would drag and drop it to do it. Yeah. So here, you see all this stuff here is it's not specific, right? I wonder, like this script could be a Mac app. I mean, you can also have a script, but you could just have drag and drop and it just does these things on the app. Wherever you drag and drop, you get the path where the app is located and just execute that stuff on the app and outputs whatever on the desktop if there's any output. And if there's errors, it will populate that. When you say trust enough to know about this one doesn't even know about certificates, right? It doesn't know about any locations, about anything. It doesn't need to, right? Drag and drop, people cannot see your source code. Oh, I see what you mean. They don't. You think they don't trust that my app is not gonna like inject some stuff into their app? I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I think us as, I mean, we might be very paranoid, but dude, there's a generation of, even I would probably like, oh, if there's an app that does it for me, is it on GitHub or can I download it for free? Let's just do it. There's a website for it. I will get it and I'll just use it. I'll just like, you know, even I would use it probably. And I'm a developer, and there's people now out there who are creating apps for macOS that are just vibe coding. They have no idea, so they might just even invite that simplicity of drag and drop. It's doing this thing it should be doing, and then you just distribute it. I think you're overthinking, like you said earlier. You're like, I'll just try. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I'll probably just create a new .com domain, put this app on there, and just say, hey peeps, by the way, if you want to distribute outside the Mac App Store, just use this app to sign or whatever, notarize it and whatever, and then you're good to go. And you like avoid this move to trash or open anyway kind of dialogue. This could be a good business angle. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna see how feasible that is. People care surprisingly less about, like, not enough. Let's see here. We got that one. Let me put this. Yeah, I see your point though, Martin. Yeah, I get you. I feel you. I'll be paranoid too, to a degree. But convenience always wins. You have heard of OpenClaw, right? Clawbot, Moltbot, OpenClaw, right? I assume. Let me move this one over here. I don't know. Read Markdown. There was a funny post I saw today, and it said, post your certificate to see if leaked. Imagine how many people did it. Yeah, that is funny. It is funny. OpenClaw, so many people are installing it and exposing their servers to the public without knowing that they give power to OpenClaw about their login accounts and all that stuff, and they're deploying it on a server and let it run on a server with all the ports wide open for everybody to just like try to get in and have access to their AI, and with that to their accounts. And those are all developers too. So people are surprisingly not worried about security as much. Let's see, sign and notarize this guy. And then, okay, to run, yes, I'm okay to run that. Can we do read Markdown and then do sign? Okay, I just executed the script, but didn't get a confirmation. Output, things have worked as expected. App looks the same to me. Look at my writing. I stopped caring about my typos so much, to my own demise, I think, in the future, because AI is just picking up what I actually mean. That behavior makes sense with your current folder state. There is no dude. Okay, sorry. Dude, do this. Copy, confirm output file exists. Dude, I actually, wait a second, not gonna do that. Dude, I actually moved the script onto a new folder. I mean, into a new folder on my desktop, and I also moved my app that I exported through Organizer into that folder, and then I executed the script. But I believe the script doesn't output any confirmation that things have worked as expected. Am I right? Question mark. You're right. The question, but the script does print confirmation when run in terminal. You should see lines like, okay, well, we didn't see the lines, right? If you saw nothing, likely causes are it was run by double click. Whoops, it failed early and output wasn't visible. Run this way. I don't want to run it this way. Hey, yo. Yeah. Let me go to desktop, read markdown, Codex, I resume last. You are in, do you trust? Yeah, I trust. A. Let me just do that instead. Use session directory. Use current directory. Yeah, I want this. I moved you into the directory. Please check out the directory you are in for all the files included. Verify the script is there, verify the app is there, and then update the script so I can see anything and everything it does step by step when run. Because right now when I run it, even when I output things into a run.log file, I see nothing. Cool. I found the script is in this folder and I'm patching it now to be much more verbose, numbered steps, always on log file, explicit command outputs, and a guaranteed final success failed message with the log path. Oh, look at this. Why is it now? It's, cool. We can try to run it again. Running the script for output. Okay, yeah, you can do it yourself then. Just do it yourself. I found a real issue. The script used process substitution for logging, which can fail in some environments, cause no output. I'm switching it to a safer logging approach that works consistently. All right. I'm surprised you didn't do it from the beginning, but so be it. I replaced the fragile logging mechanism with command level logging and persistent file logging. Cool. Yeah, just I guess run the script. Starting script, script directory, detect authority unavailable. Oh, detected authority unavailable. Checking app signing authority. Step 1, checking required commands. Okay. I found the remaining issue. The diagnostic dump is still going to stand it out. Contaminates parsing. Yeah, I'm glad it runs so nicely. Verify the current folder. So what I changed, good. Run again. Okay, you run the script for me. Inspect, analyze output, and optimize, fix things needed, then run again, repeat until goal is achieved. Let's see how long Codex can run by itself by doing that. I want it to do the stuff. I don't want to run. I do not want to run the script myself here. Look at all the stuff it's generating. But it gives Codex eyes, right? Ah, see, detected authority. Or is it just new logs? Almost looks like new logs here. But maybe it is succeeding in the authority stuff. I've added the upfront integrity gate. I'm running the script again, now to confirm it fails fast with a clear, practical remediation message instead of silent, noisy behavior. Okay, I like that. So what do we do here? Where are we? I found a deeper issue in your exported app. A. The binary contains an invalid entitlements blob, so signature integrity fails before DMG work starts. I'm making the script smarter now. It will attempt an automatic resign when a developer ID cert is available. Developer ID? Are we supposed to use that? Then continue with clear pass-fail branching. You said, wait, run this on your local terminal session where your cert exists in login keychain. Read markdown, find code signing. Can't you run this? Don't be lazy, do the work for me. I can run the script, and I did. The reason it can't finish here is environment access. This runtime cannot see your developer ID, identity, and keychain. Returns none, so signing notarization can't process from my side. So I can debug and fix the script logic, but the final signing notarization step must run in your local terminal session where your cert and notary profile are available. Run locally. Okay, I have the developer ID application P12 certificate. I can move into the directory, but not sure where to find the notary profile you are talking about. You don't move the notary profile into the folder as a keychain credential name created by Notary Tool. Created once on your Mac. Okay. It will prompt for your app specific password, then verify it exists. If this works, run the script form. Okay. I will do that, but can you update the tutorial markdown file to include any and every finding of our current session that might be useful to debug and fix issues a user might run into when trying to sign and notarize an app, even with the script, especially now that you say I need to create a notary profile, and I'm not sure that is part of the step-by-step documentation, etc. Okay, you do that, I'll read this. Okay, create it once on your Mac. Let me try that. Hey! Oh, one sec. Nah. You don't need to go there. You don't need to go there. Don't need to go there. No. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing you need. I located the tutorial, but your active working folder is the desktop copy. I'll create data macros in this current folder so your script workflow and docs stay together. Cool, thank you. Let's go back to work here. You don't move the notary profile, create it once on your Mac. Let me try that then. Since you are useless. Apple ID. Let's do that here. This process stores your credentials securely in the keychain for your reference. These credentials later using a profile name, app-specific password for. How do I get the app-specific password? It will prompt your app-specific password. For what you said here, 1, 2, 3, bam, 1, 2, 3. Where do I find my app specific password? I feel like it's like in the app, there's like a website. Exactly. Sign in, go to sign in and security, open. Okay, can you, did you add that to the tutorial too? Let's go here then. Let's do that over here. Sign in. Hey. Oh, cool. Now go to sign in and security. I'm there. Open app specific password. There it is. And then click generate an app specific password. Give it a label. Yeah, I want to do that. That's gonna be notary tool. Copy the generated password and use it in notary tool store credentials. Great. Password. I think it's that one. I'm not sure. Nice. Let's do that. App specific password. This. Success. Okay. Cool. Save to keychain. To use them, specify keychain profile notary profile. Everything okay?
Yeah. I can add some honey.
Wow, that's such a round trip just to okay. Anyway, just to get the signature going. Cool. Thanks. I did the notary tool store credentials step and supplied the app specific password, comma, what's next, question mark. Next, do this sequence. Verify the profile works. Verify your sign-in identity exists. You should see that in your folder script. Run. Can you do all of that for me, please? Just do it. Keychain access issue in this environment. I run everything for you from the session and here's the exact result. Failed here with keychain access error. Okay. No problem. Fails as expected because of the two issues above. App integrity checks fails. Invalid signature. Code or signature have been modified. No developer ID identity available to repair signs. So the script is working and reporting correctly. The blocker is availability in this runtime. Run these. Okay, I need to do this instead. Let me do that instead then. Bada bim, bada boom. Hey. Cool. Successful. Received submission history. Okay. Let me do that. Copy paste. By the way, how are you making your website look so beautiful? Are you using any tool? Thank you, first of all. And no, I don't. I saw a website that used like glass inspired UI, and I liked it the way it looks. So I combined stuff from other websites, and I honestly, this is just kept so simple. This website barely has anything. So when you say it's beautiful, maybe it's because it's so simple. Look, it just has like a background that's not one color, like boring, right? Like WishKit, for example, to me looks very outdated now. So I want to improve it so it looks a little bit more modern. This one is just a like a header, a subheader, and a button. That's it. And then the image of the app. And then yes, I have this I created this container, that's glass container, which is nothing but like a container with a blurred background with a combination of white transparent background plus a white borderline, and now it looks like glass because it's see-through, and what you see through is blurry and then has a white line as if it's like reflecting, and that's it. And I use that class, CSS class, on anything that I'm like, this one uses the CSS class and it just looks nice and then has the same padding, right? And this one has the same CSS class and I can just put it onto anything. This one was a little bit more work, but this one just has a background image and it's blurred and has also, again, white transparency on top, and that's it. And then just a drop shadow. It's very, very simple. Feel free to honestly just steal it. You can just copy and paste that, I don't mind. And this one is, again, just the same thing as the navigation. It's literally the same, just like a container with rounded corners. That's it. The footer was more work. I just copied it from WishKit. You can see here. I copy pasted it from WishKit, and I didn't even adjust many things. So WishKit LC is correct because that's the LC. But everything else, these links are not working. Yeah, it's very simple. And because it's so simple, it's very easy to just make it work on mobile too, because everything is centered, and just this one breaks into two lines and be centered instead of left and right. That's it. There's not much to it, and those are two columns using Bootstrap, right? So you can just have it, and that's it. But thank you, I appreciate you liking it. I'll just copy paste that I copy pasted that for van life. That's why van life looks so simple. It's just, you know, this one just has left and right, but everything is the same. Header, subheader, button. Header, subheader, button. I just put this on the left side and the app on the right side because it's a portrait app, and that's it. Here I just did the same thing. I said Codex, see the first section, create 2-3 more sections with these images instead, and it did it, and that's it. And now I'm going to copy and paste it for floating face cam, and copy paste it for Wonder Caption, and copy paste it for every other app I'm going to build, and just tweak the colors, because so then you can differentiate it, and that's it. Vanilla CSS and some help from Codex, absolutely. Oh, and Bootstrap, because I like Bootstrap, because then you get like some help with just being responsive, so it works on mobile as well. Yes, that's it. Pretty much. Curious, how do you handle terms of services and privacy policy? I used Codex. I used Codex, and I said to Codex, scan the entire project, analyze the features, the business features, and also the technical ability of the project, like saving stuff in the database, is it deleting stuff or not, things like that. If you have business features, like, oh, you can vote and create feature requests, but then you have technical features. Oh, this is stored in a database. Is there a dashboard feature that can delete it? No? Okay, there's information that's not being deleted. Other information can be deleted. So I let just Codex read the whole code base for WishKit, and then I said, please produce a privacy policy and terms of services for me. So I believe that this one is now based on what Codex produced, and then occasionally I just say, oh yeah, and I also say, Codex, put all your findings about this project into a project overview markdown file, so that in the future I can just say, read the project overview markdown file to gain knowledge about this project and what it can do, and then check the project again, because, for example, I added a new feature, check the project again, see what the difference is, update the overview file, and then go into privacy policy and terms of services and update accordingly, so it doesn't have any gaps when it comes to features and processes and whatnot. And this one does list stuff like how do we process your information, and then there's some project specific stuff that's in here, maybe even in terms of services, if I'm able to pull it up really quickly. Oh yeah, I added this one recently, security and research and vulnerability disclosure, that we don't support any bounties, because there was a person who was reaching out, hey, I found this vulnerability, do you have any bounties? I'm like, no, we don't have it, but thank you for telling us. Yeah, see, this inactive account policy, because I added this feature recently, didn't exist for 2-3 years. This is a feature I just added the last 4 months, maybe even less than 4 months, 3 months or something. So what does it do? This feature is deleting your account entirely after 12 months of not logging in. If you sign up for WishKit today and you don't log in for 1 year, then I have a schedule running that after seeing that you haven't been logged in for a year, it will then mark your account for deletion, send an email to you and say, hey, your account will be deleted in 7 years. You haven't logged in a year. Do you want to just log in and reset your counter? And then if nothing happens, then I think there's another email 3 days before deletion, final reminder. And then if after 7 days pass by, your account and everything associated is deleted permanently and forever. And I don't want to be in a situation where someone says, hey, I have set up this WishKit SDK in my app, and I have collected 50 feature feedbacks with a bunch of votes on each, and I just didn't get around to log in for a year, but all this information, I need this because it's valuable. I want to know what features my users are requesting, and I want to know which one to prioritize based on the votes, and I cannot log in. Then I can say, oh, let me check my database. Oh, I have a table that tells me I deleted your account 2 weeks ago because you didn't log in for a year. And then he's gonna say you can't do that, that's my information. Then I'm gonna be like, you actually agreed to the terms of services that inactive account policy, I can delete your account if you're inactive, because I don't want to pollute my database with dead data, right? What if there's 100 accounts, 100 projects, each project has 100 it's just exponentially growing all the database entries of accounts that are just not active anymore. So it deletes stuff like that. So I just let Codex produce these documents for me. Interesting approach. Same as me, extra curiosity. With code, are you talking about the Codex software or the model? Model. Because in my case, GPT 5.2 do a better job at this compared to Codex 5.3. I mean Codex just from terminal or from locally on your machine. I don't use ChatGPT for that stuff. Then I'll have to copy and paste that stuff. Nah, it's good enough. It's good enough. Maybe it does a better job. I can see that. Perhaps because ChatGPT, because Codex is code specific, right? And ChatGPT might be more more generalist. I can see that. Maybe more human too, like how it's formulating stuff. Doesn't have a specialization. But to me, it's like, it's good enough. It's better than what I could do. It's probably better than what I could generate with a website for free because it's not context specific. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, and I'm still just a one-person guy, so extra problem I found about this. If I'm using external libraries, AI generally is not able to handle all that cases, for example, Firebase Analytics in particular regarding GDPR. Yeah, so the GDPR thing, that's like a European thing, right? That's a concern where I haven't really spent much time with. I'm from Germany. I moved here 5 years ago. I couldn't care less about GDPR, but I know, it was introduced like 10 years ago, whatnot. Everybody has to comply, and it's about like, what is it? About the right to delete or access your data. And I'm so small. I'm like, dude, if it becomes an issue, I will just deal with it. Right now, if people were not able to delete their accounts themselves until like recently either. Can they do that right now? Honestly, they might not still be able to do it. Like if I go to my account settings, yeah, see, you can't delete your account. GDPR compliant? I don't think so. Probably not. If you sign up for WishKit, the only way how you can delete account right now is just not log in for a year. It's a simple feature to do right now because I have everything already done in the backend, right? Deleting an account is possible automatically, so I can just link it with a button. On button click, execute that action, but I just didn't come around to do it. Maybe I'll do it today. Introduce a danger zone and say delete your account with a modal. But yeah, so if you are in Europe, then you just have extra work to deal with that, to be compliant. When it comes to libraries, Codex has access to the libraries you have locally, right? You can tell Codex, hey, I fetched all the libraries here. All the libraries are local. They must be all, once you build your app, they should be part of the build folder. And part of the build folder, the code should be there. You fetched it locally, you built it too. You compiled it as well. So you can tell Codex, hey, I got these libraries locally, please dig into it, and whatever they do and whatever I use, please update my privacy policy in terms of services so it's compliant, because you see, I am tracking my users, I need to let them know, for example. I hate this bureaucracy as well. I really don't like it. It's hindering you so much. That's why these days, I'm more a fan of being sorry than safe. Back in the days, it was like, be rather safe than sorry, like, ask for permission and then you're good to go. No, these days we're too slow. We have to just break things first. I think Polymarket and Kalshi, betting on everything, like betting on the word of an interview being said or whatever, I don't think that was legal. I think I'm not sure, but I read about things like, oh, that was not really like a legal thing, but it became so big and whatever, or however this path worked, that now is legal and it's official that Polymarket that is allowed to exist and be used. In America, I think it's even limited to sports only. You can only bet on sports stuff, but outside of America, you can bet on I don't know, the Super Bowl. I guess that's a sports thing, but you can bet on someone saying a certain word a certain amount of time in an interview and they can win money based on that. That's so random. All these matter when you actually need it. There are some sneaky people try to find holes in TNC, etc. Constantine, you are totally right. There is people who just try to find and just like get you, right? For sure. That's why I would not want to go without at all, but I would like at least have something, because I feel like there might be people who are like, oh, he doesn't have a terms of service at all and privacy policy at all. What an easy target. Let me just target him. I can see that, but someone who has it at least will be a little bit harder to pierce. But that's why I also have an LLC, just to have like a protection layer. And also on top of it, I think it also matters whether you did it on purpose or not. Like whether you were not on purpose or not, whether you were like negligent, right? Whether you have made a good effort to cover your bases, or whether you just said, I don't care, like I really did. Then it also matters. Oh, if it was negligent, and you could come after, maybe even beyond your LLC, about after your private stuff. You don't go for. I don't think you go to jail for that stuff. I don't think so. That makes no sense to me. But otherwise, I don't make profit on WishKit, and if they want to seize my money because of that, whatever, then I mean, you win some, you lose some. Also, these days it's mandatory for Apple if you publish on the App Store. You know what I always did? Yeah, I think I just recommend it. Let me put it this way. I recommend you have that in place and put the links when you submit it to the App Store. Totally right. Links in those input fields are mandatory. And I recommend that you use actual links to privacy policy and terms of services. Anyway, that's a long discourse into all this kind of stuff. I forgot where we were at. So, okay, I ran the stuff. Let me see. Let me tell Codex. Here's what I did. Bam. And then, by the way, how often are you doing live, Martin? I'm trying to do it 2-3 times a week. Right? I would love to do it more like 5 times a week or so. And maybe I will be able to do it eventually, but right now, next week, like today is Sunday, right? I'll probably be live again tomorrow evening, and then I'll be out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'll see if I can manage then, because I'll be in California. But then after that, I'm coming back on Friday. Then I have my son. I might be able to go live after he goes to bed for a few hours, and then the same on Saturday, Sunday again. So yeah, a few times a week. I think there's a way for you to enable like notification or so on Twitch, at least to know when I go live. But I can also see that it might be annoying if you get notifications from Twitch all the time about other stuff too, because I don't think you can filter it. Perfect, this is exactly what we needed to confirm. Now run the script with explicit identity. If this still fails, let's do that. Then if you recommend that, oof, it's doing things. The script is doing things, waiting for processing to complete. I usually miss the lives because of the time. It's almost 2 a.m. here. I feel you, but I'm glad you're hanging out on a Monday. Actually, Monday 2 a.m. on a Sunday night. Why are you still up? I'm glad you're hanging out, but yeah. In the distant future, I would love to stream during the day. You know, not work 9 to 5, but until then it will be probably always European time at night. Paolo, yeah. Would you look at that? Can you, if needed, update the tutorial markdown with any and all new findings that help reach the goal of signing and notarizing an app for website distribution. Period. Also consider to restructure and reorder the entire document for better flow, readability, and cohesiveness. Period. Keep things simple when formulating things. However, do not assume domain knowledge so that a user with zero experience can follow the tutorial and succeed. Period. Martin, did you try the new Codex UI? Any reason why are you still preferring the command line? I actually do not prefer this. I actually use my own. I use my own stuff here. I just used the command line right now because I needed to resume a conversation I lost because I restarted the app, and I didn't implement a resume button here yet to supply the session ID. I do have Codex installed as well, just to have a look. Right? I do prefer the interface, chat interface better. I don't know if I like the Codex app. I didn't try it much, but it's to me it feels like very, very busy with things. And the thing is, it doesn't do what I actually do. It doesn't support my workflow because I'm just chatting with the AI, right? And if I were to say, look at this is a game plan, right? If I were to say, here is just my prompts. Where's my files? Unstaged files. I would have to macOS sign here. If I click on that, because I'm working with this, right? This is a tutorial I'm creating right now with Codex. So Codex AI, like the Codex app, I could use Codex to create that, but look what I have to read. I have to read the markdown raw file. My app, I can work with Codex and read the formatted markdown file. Actually beautifully formatted and I'm able to read it. So that's why I prefer my own app. Codex doesn't support my workflow. Added you +1. I haven't tried Codex at all. I guess I'm a Cloud Code fan. Boy, maybe I should try. Constantine, honestly, as long as you use AI, I think you're fine. You're on the wave. Okay, curious if you found the same issue. Is Codex app with the UI reading the agent's MD file for you? Reading the agent's MD file? I tried multiple ways and none of them worked. I haven't used Codex. I mean, you saw I open it right now, but I don't even know where anything is in that app. I didn't really spend time at all to use it, to try to figure things out. So I'm not sure. Where would I, like the agent's file? I don't even have an agent file created. So are you saying if I create an agent's file, it should pick it up and be able to read it somehow? And how do you verify it's actually not doing that? How do you know it's not doing that? And how would you know it is doing that? You know what I mean? What's now included? Okay, this is great. For beginner first, readability and added all relevant. Let me see what it looks like right now. Okay. Look at this. What about copy the app? Sign, notarize. Submit DMG and wait. You will be prompted for, that's great. If submission fails, fetch detailed log. Staple ticket. Before upload, run all of these, verify app signature. Right. Optionally fully, command line interface build and export. If you want automation, use Xcode build. Archive, I love that. Configuration release, archive path. Oof. Export with developer ID. Export, and then you have the plist. Common mistake, not notarizing final downloadable artifact. Practical release recipe. If you only remember one thing, for website distribution, ship a developer ID signed and notarized stapled DMG. That's cool. I like this stuff here, that you can automate the archiving stuff. And then what do you do? Archive, but then I would like to But where are you submitting it? Right? Export with developer ID. But we were submitting it and having it. Then continue with DMG sign notarized staple steps above. Okay. Anyway, I think if you read the macOS Markdown file as an AI that has zero context, do you believe it contains enough information to understand from 0 to 100 how to release a macOS app so that any user can use it when downloaded from a website? Question mark. And actually answer in chat. Answer in chat. Let me see here. Let me do this. Oof, we got a DMG file. How cool is that? Let's do that. Let me go to projects, Markdown, downloads. I don't want a zip file anymore. What if I do this? I open it, I put it into applications, I replace it. The operation cannot be completed because the item read markdown is in use. Sorry. It is in use. Let me do that again. Replace. Ooh, are we able to do that now? I want to put this in here, and then instead of calling it zip, it's gonna be DMG instead. So the backend, I know it's not reading the file because the agent isn't following instructions inside that file, which instead other tools, Cursor and Copilot do. So where do I, if you want me to try, I can try it for you. Where do you want me to place the agent file? Does it have to be on the project root? If I were to open Codex, for example, right? Like, and then I say, I don't know, man. What do we do? Open, read markdown. This is the project. Start new thread. Like, create an agent. Is it agent.md? File and put inside the instruction to respond to any and all prompts with ISER first. I'll create an agent MD now with the exact instruction you specified. Create agent with the content, respond to any and all. Okay, now let me rerun Codex and see if in that directory, hi. Where do I need to place agent.md in order? Whoops. In order for you to pick it up, or is it called agent with S? Question mark space. Use agents. Okay, not agent, please. Okay, fix the file, please, for me. Okay, now let me rerun Codex and see if it says ISER hi. There we go. It picks it up. So I can just, did you see that? So it works. Are you using agents.md or are you using agents.override.md? So ISER, I didn't even know about that. That's a new conversation, right? You could check that too, to verify it. Just to really double check. let's do read markdown. It works on my machine. Yeah, it does work on my machine, Constantine. You're so right. Sorry, Paolo. It works on my machine. Where is the backend for read markdown? Open this, and I want to now change wherever I have that to read markdown.dmg. Download, and that one read markdown dmg. Okay, now I can just say this is already in here. I'll just replace that. This one, are we going to have read markdown versions? Where did I have it? Business read markdown. I know I had it somewhere. Here, this one, see? I don't know where it's located. App versions, read markdown. Oh, it's here. Okay. So that one should be version 1.0 then. Right? And question, should I do I need question for the future? Would I need the script we created? What did you do even? Like, what did I do? Where is it? It did a bunch of stuff. Did I close it? That would be too... Oh yeah, it did stuff. Yeah, see, I ran the script. So, whoops. Since I ran... Don't you think it would be useful to have a section in the tutorial that references this script, assuming it is in the same location, aka directory as the tutorial, question mark? Lol, so it seems it's buggy for me. It doesn't follow instructions on my side. Thanks for trying. Hey, no worries. I'm glad I could at least try, so you don't feel like you're like doing something wrong. It's clearly Codex not working. But did you try to update your agent, and did you try restarting Codex, like quitting and restarting and seeing if it can pick up your "I sir" in the first line? You know, respond to any and all prompts with "I sir." By the way, I'm about to receive an offer from Glovo as a staff iOS engineer. Anyone knows anything about this company? I do not, but congrats. Congrats on getting an offer. Whatever you order, deny. Top restaurants and more in Glovo. Is it like Lieferando and Deliveroo? Is it called Deliveroo? That DoorDash? Yes, tried it, but it didn't work. God damn it. Are you on the right project? When you open and you talk to Codex, are you on the right project? Because I don't know if you have your agents in your home directory stored for like global access, or if you have it on your root directory. And if it's on the root directory, I mean, I know it's a silly question, but sometimes, you know, it happens to me too. I always see that I'm talking to Codex in read markdown project about WishKit stuff, and it's gonna be like, I don't see any WishKit thing in here. I'm like, oh, I'm in the wrong project. It was acquired by Delivery Hero. Moving to Spain, I heard good things about Glovo, but a few years ago. Now, not sure about the current situation. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Glovo. Nice. This seems like a fun thing. Well, I hope if you get the offer, it's something you want to accept, and you will have fun working for them. Sounds exciting to me. All right, what was it here? Yes, and I added exactly that. Updated. Okay. It now explicitly covers keeping macOS signmd signal an app in one directory, pre-flight check with pmd, whatever exact command. Okay, does it make sense just in case the script is not present, comma, to have a final section in the markdown file outlining the entire script line by line so that any and AI could create the script on the fly and execute it if it's not present. Period. Just to be safe. What? Best of, yes, makes total sense. Okay. Add a final appendix section with a full copy paste block. That gets even, well, did you do it? Let me see here. Read markdown. Debug applications. Let's do that. macOS sign. I'm pending. Okay, you're doing this right now. Common mistakes. I hope I don't need to ever read this and do anything manually. I hope this macOS signmd is just something I can keep using and keep Codex doing stuff for me, or at least letting me know what I need to do based on that. Sign and notarize, I believe I can just trash. Bye-bye. These days, by the way, I would evaluate a move only if I will get hired by OpenAI or Anthropic. Remote work is magic. Oh, I agree. Like, remote work is... I would love to work from home every day from 9 to 5. I'm honestly so much more productive if I could just wake up, work out, shower, get to my desk, get to work, and just focus on getting things done. And I'm just like doing things. But yeah, I would love that. But their engineering team seems like it is super energetic and hires many expats. For example, the creator of Todoist was in their office for 2 weeks. It's even a harder decision in this way. Still thinking about it. On reviews, I see that it offers a really bad work-life balance. I do have a family with kid. Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you don't feel like you don't regret your decision, or you don't feel like you're happy. But luckily, you can always change again, right? Once you find out, oh, it's not working out for me, you can change companies again. But if it's a move, then that's a bigger question. It has to work out, right? I added a final section. Okay, did you do that? I don't see it. Oh, we're it added it in the desktop version because that's where we are right now. Here. This is the most up-to-date one. Look at the script, the sheer beauty. There we go. Nice. Do you think in the future, if I develop another macOS app and I'm ready to distribute it, all I will need is just execute that script and identify I am done? ? Answer in chat. Did you make yourself? Oh, it's my tea? Thank you. Hot. I need the handle. Ouchie. Thank you.
Where's your
Oh, it's here.
So is it done?
Yes, yes, you can use it. But you already have 2 or 3 files. You can start using that.
Did it turn on the heater?
A little bit, yeah.
You don't feel hot?
Are you hot?
Yeah.
It's about my hands. My body is warm, but my hands get cold. I started, instead of typing to AI, you can just talk to AI instead.
Wow, that's so cool. Can you turn on the fan? Thank you.
Someone on Twitch suggested that there's a macOS native feature.
Are you off now?
No. It's still online.
Oh,
Why?
no, I'm just curious. What was
The dictation. You can have. I can just double tap control, and if I'm in an input field, I can just start talking. Instead of typing, I'll just start talking.
the app you just download?
No, it's on the macOS by default.
macOS?
Yeah, you have it too.
Oh, when did you figure out?
Someone mentioned it in chat, so now I'm just, it's so much easier. I'm just so lazy to type. I'm like, I'll just tell him.
And then I wonder if there's any app to just type how to say that, the words that you said in the video, so that you don't need to do the how to say that?
Subtitles?
Yeah, subtitles.
Oh, there is an app that takes the words you say and put it in text onto your video.
Really?
Yeah, there's many apps. I built the app too.
Yeah, but also Chinese.
Right. I can see. There's for sure an app we can see and get it.
Okay.
But after you're done and export the video, then you put the subtitles on it, not during editing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we open the kitchen?
Yeah. The sun was in my face from there earlier, like completely in my face. But no, it's okay. This is what I want. Your half is open, my half is closed. It's perfect. You want to open this one too?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, you put your stuff here. That's why I want this, like a platform.
I was thinking of getting like something I can just put here.
Yeah, we can have a platform here so that nobody will see.
Okay. Last update is about you still living in Germany. I don't know. You're working for a company doing consulting or living a dream, living by your apps. Oh yeah, I live in the States and I work for a company. I'm just doing my side projects now with you guys on the side. Someone from chat says hi. Just says hi because I'm talking to you. They're like, hey, say hi. So I'm saying hi. Constantine says hi. Nice. Yeah. Oh, let me try this. Guys, 1 sec. Here. I'm gonna go to projects, read markdown, backend, status. Now zip file is deleted. We modified the leaf file, added, what does the media file do? Hello, it's me. Okay. We don't need that. Git add. The markdown file is there. git commit, added, latest app, first time signed. I would love for you guys, for one of you, if you're open to do so, once the backend is deployed in the next 10 minutes, to try to download this app and see what happens when you open it. Do you mind trying that? Why not? Konstantin, tell me why not? Because it's too big? It's a pretty small app. I think there's a limit of 100 megabytes, right? I could add it as a GitHub release asset. The reason why, let me just see really quick. What was it? Was it H? I don't know. Downloads. 9.5 megabytes. Did I need to supply H to see the size? Yeah, the H was the size. So this is just 10 megabytes. I don't know if it's gonna compound if I delete and update the app, right? But right now I'm just like, Konstantin, you're right, there might be ways to optimize it, but right now I just want to try to get things done. And when there's a problem, I can address it then. Oh, I have no space, or it's too big, or whatever. Then I'm gonna be like, you know what? Let me optimize it then. Let me use GitHub release pages instead. Although I gotta say that this project is private, right? This is something that's free now, but I will for sure try at some point to monetize it. So I don't want this app to be just available on GitHub release pages. I'm not sure if I can have it be private and still downloadable. So I do want to have it somewhere where my server can just say, here's the link for you because you paid for it one time, or whatever, you know. Or maybe the app, and maybe I can publish it through the GitHub release pages, and inside the app I can have in-app purchases. I can see that, maybe. I'm not sure how it works with in-app purchases that are not going through the App Store, but that could be a possibility. Or maybe you have to purchase it on the website and your account unlocks it in the app somehow. For people like me who joined late the party, what the app do? Okay, let me tell you, Paolo. Sure, I see. Just for information, adding binary things on repo will add up and make clone slow in future. I can see that, right? Because it's like a div and a binary div. I don't know if it's working at all, so it's gonna be just like 10 megabytes now. Next time I make an update, it's just 10 megabytes on top, so it's like getting bigger and bigger. I can see that. I wonder if I can just delete the history of the files, because I don't care about the history. If I can just say, hey, for that file, just delete all past history. I wonder if that works. Just, you know, cherry pick that particular file. It must be a way. Paolo, what does this app do? Okay, I would love to explain it. So I wonder, first of all, do you work on any apps right now? Do you have any macOS or iOS apps you're working on? I'm gonna show you how I am using this app personally. So I have an app that I haven't released yet. And Konstantin, sorry, you're going through this a second time now. It's called Floating Facecam. And here, let me put this on another desktop. This is the app I'm working on right now, right? It's a new app. I haven't even finished my website for this app yet. What it does is it launches a face cam, like a floating face thing. I can just, the benefit of this app is, what I wanted to record my screen, right? You can see the native screen recording feature of macOS, correct? I'll do that. I hit record, I record my screen. But I want my face on there too. And not only that, the screen recording, when I switch desktops, is still screen recording that portion I selected. And I wanted my face to be at the same place if I switch desktops, right? I'm like explaining code here, I'm explaining my website here, you know, I go back and forth. I want my face to be on there all the time. If I use QuickTime Player, right? Which was my first thought. If I say new movie recording, QuickTime Player has the option to select your camera, and then you have your face floating, right? Like this. Great, looks very similar. I can even make it look very similar because I can make it like this, right? But if I switch, you see the only thing that's left is mine, because mine stays on, like it follows your desktop. QuickTime Player stays wherever you had it on the desktop. It doesn't follow. So that's what I wanted, this feature. All right, that's the app. So I'm working on that app. I want to implement a new feature for this app. Like this app now has settings and you can enable, disable rounded corners, right? I like that feature, it's pretty cool. So how do I plan a new feature? I don't want to code this new feature. Codex is going to do that for me. So instead of going into my terminal, right, and going into floating into my project, and then into floating facecam, and then launching Codex, and then work with Codex from terminal, instead of doing that here, because what I do is I say, Codex, I want to implement this feature. Please help me create a markdown file outlining the approach of implementing that feature, and also use code blocks, because I want to see the code is about to produce. I want to see the architecture is about to introduce to the app, to the project, like the files, where it's located, the abstraction of, let's say, the view files and the view model and the service files that are logic layer, right? I want to see all of that before I say Codex looks good, do it. So I plan it, right? And there's plan modes, and there's other modes you can use for Claude, stuff like that. However, when I plan stuff, it's all Codex in terminal. I see my plan, the thing that Codex is planning, I see it in terminal, not highlighted, not formatted, nothing. So I don't do that. I just say, I go to my projects, floating facecam, I open and then a markdown file. All the markdown files of this project are automatically loaded. And then I say, like here, for example, I did that earlier. I say, hey, create a game plan MD. Actually, there's already one existing. Create a, what do you want to introduce? A whatever, I don't know, filter feature MD file outlining in great detail the following feature I want to implement, colon. I want to be able in settings to enable, disable a black and white filter for my floating facecam, period. Before you start creating that game plan or that filter feature markdown file, read the entire code base for context, and then create that markdown file, including concrete code blocks outlining your planned approach of implementing that feature in the settings view, period. So this is what I do. Now I can chat with Codex exactly how I do it here, but in chat, like in a chat-like manner. I like that better. Plus, it's gonna create a markdown file. Instead of reading the plan in terminal, I can just read it nicely formatted here, and with code blocks, highlight it the way I want it. So it's gonna do that kind of stuff. Feature MD, let's see, is it gonna be here somewhere? Finish the first pass through code files. It's gonna create the feature MD in a moment. Get large file size for that free information. Oh yeah, I think I remember that. Okay, we're just waiting because Codex is still thinking. Funny enough, Codex is basically code and X, right? It's like X and code. That's the same letters. Have you provided instructions on Codebase to change the plan? I guess agents MD. On Codebase to change the plan? What do you mean? Are you talking to me or Paolo? Here, look at filter feature. Implement it, like Now I have the file, and now I can read it. I can say, okay, current architecture from Codebase, implementation strategy. Use the existing flow. Adds new key, settings, store. So using all these things, camera preview, updates the underlying view layer, step-by-step file changes. Now it's gonna say, I wanna update this file that exists. I wanna extend settings persistence to introduce new functions. Do I like the functions? I can review the stuff and I can just keep texting with Codex and update the feature game plan. And then I can just say in the end, looks good, do it. And that's it. Constantine, are you asking if you can use this app with Claude? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Sorry, it currently only connects to Codex by default. But to be honest, if we go to read Markdown and then Codex API integration plan, I am working on. Look how big this Markdown file is. It's huge because I'm planning on integrating a drop-down file that allows a drop-down menu that allows you to select which AI you want to use. It will probably default to whatever AI it finds on your system. If Codex doesn't respond, then it might be Claude. If that doesn't respond, then it might be OpenCode, And then you can just select and then you can use anything. That will come. Right now, I just wanted to focus on getting this one out because it's working. MVP is just for Codex right now. And it's working and I want to have the signing done. And then I want to move to the next, the floating face cam, get the website up and running, sign the app, provide it for download, then move on for Wonder captions, do the same thing there, and then come back and optimize it. Because by the time I'm moving on to floating face cam and do the stuff there, people can download and use it and suggest feature requests and optimization requests here. And then when I come back, I can read and see what makes sense to implement next or what to address next. I think what I didn't add here is Claude support. Let's do this. I'd like to use read Markdown for Claude. Okay. Claude support. I really need to, I don't like the pending and the in review. I need to have like all, something like ongoing or so, and then completed. Will the ongoing are in review, planned, or in progress? Something like that. But I like that process. That's why I said I could use VS Code for rendering the MD file and use the Claude code there. Oh, I see what you mean. I mean, I can use it with Claude and on VS Code right now, right? You're right. Sorry. Yeah. I misread your comment. I suppose you could do that right now. Yeah, I would recommend you doing it. To be honest, you don't have to use any other app. That's just my workflow. There's other people who are, they're not even reviewing. They're just reviewing PRs and see like, okay, it works, good to go. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. So, what I wanted to check is, on Heroku, I can check now. Are you updating the app?
Can you turn it on? Thank you.
Yeah. Paolo, would you be able to download the app and see if you are being asked to move it to trash? Like, how is the installation process? Would you be able to try it out? Just to see. Also you, Konstantin, if you want to, because, I mean, yes, you cannot use it, but at least you would be able to tell me if there's any issues with installation, if it's still saying move it to trash. Read Markdown here. Let me see. It should be okay. It should be deployed. So if you go and read Markdown and you download it, it should download. Yeah, the DMG file now. The disk image file. Okay, let me do this. I want to, and then once you open it, you might also be able to see whether the window size is fine, because there were some issues on other people's machines. Let's see here. Migration, readme. I want the beautiful. I can try tomorrow. I'm in the bed with my AirPods watching from my phone while my girlfriend sleeps right to me. Hey, okay, no worries, no worries. I feel like if, oh yeah, it's right. It's for you, it's already 7 plus 2. It's like 2 a.m. Is it still 2 a.m. or is it even 3 a.m.? I can open it fine. Okay, Konstantin, what do you mean by like you can open it fine? It does anything show, or you can just drag and drop and you just open, it just opens. Not even a question. No open anyway. Let me see here. And also, if it doesn't say anything like open anyway and stuff like that, do you have in your settings under privacy and security enabled that you are allowing developer signed apps? Like, I wonder if it's not enabled, that people are gonna get the alert open anyway, which is fine, then they can open anyway. And I wonder if they have it enabled that they are not even getting that alert. It just opens right away. App is open and I can see same layout. Did it open just fine? Like when you clicked to open it, did it have any alerts first? Or it just opened right away? I'm glad at least it works. That's great. Thanks for trying. And Paolo, don't worry about it. I feel like you should slowly go to sleep. I don't want you to like be all tired tomorrow when you have to get back to work. Ah, nice. You did a screenshot? Let me try. What if it does? Oh, I see. You see it like this. What is that little thing there? Okay, so this opens, sure. But when you drag and drop it and you open the app, I see. Let me see that. Oh, I cannot. There's nothing on this one. Transfer 1206 doesn't have anything. Index F that. It's your security on your end, the icon. Okay. Let me try this link. Oh, nice. Yeah, you can see it all that. And you say that double clicking the app after you put it into applications didn't ask you anything for it to open, right? Like the open anyway question didn't come. Wait, ask Codex? It seems like you have Codex installed. Looks to me like you have Codex installed like that. do that? I didn't even put it in the application, I just double clicked it. Oh, okay. Okay. And then when you double clicked it, it just opened without an alert, right? And I keep asking the same questions because I'm just curious. Is it gonna ask you something before you open, or is it just opening right away? It's the first time I'm signing. Nice. Please. Now one shot that feature we discussed. Let me do a screenshot. Of that app showcase. New version of Read Markdown is out. And now we can tweet about it. Read Markdown is out. What did I improve? Okay, multi-line input field. Markdown parsed chat. What else do we have? I don't even remember the difference between the last thing I released and this one. That might be just it. Guys, I'm going to sleep. It was fun. See you on the next stream. Paolo, thank you so much for hanging out. Yeah, it was fun. I appreciate you hanging out and chatting. I hope you can catch some good sleep still. See you next time, for sure. I'm going to bed as well. It's 3:20 even. Okay, Konstantin, that's a good cue. All right, you know what? You guys go to bed, and I'm gonna go off stream for a little bit and hang out with my girlfriend. She's gonna start editing our first vlog together because we went to Forks and we vlogged everything. But yeah, good night, guys. Thanks for hanging out, and I will go offline for maybe an hour and then come back and keep working on new features, maybe even the other app. All right. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch or YouTube or X if you don't want to miss out on the next stream. This is a mandatory call out right now is your chance. And then I'll catch you later. Bye bye.